EXO Auto Works. EXO Auto Works is Colorado Springs' home of the $50 synthetic blend oil change. Call now, 719-375-3232, or visit exoautoworks.com to make your appointment.
Madrid Maintenance. Madrid Maintenance offers excellent handyman service in the Colorado Springs area, starting at just $45 an hour. You can reach them by phone at 719-963-2020 or online at facebook.com/Madrid Maintenance.
Enharmonic Studios. Enharmonic Studios is a hybrid digital analog facility designed to be quality and affordable to anyone who wants to make history. Call today, 719-963-2020, or go to facebook.com/Enharmonic Studios.
So what?
So what? So let's dance!
Man, I got all the flavor, bitches say I'm delicious. I'ma have all you motherfuckers laying in ditches. I'ma kill all you rappers, I'ma aim with precision. They was rocking with your till they made a decision. All my friends making mans cause they know I'm my bitch. A lot of entertainers crash out to see the collision. That's it to make the money, I was great at the vision. I finna take all your food and I'ma eat up the dish. Everything up off the table, I'm starving. Seeing all Steve Harvey. Blowing up the dome, no Sharpie. Working out, looking like a Barbie. Kid, better not red boy like Cardi. Yo, what the get smoked by Marley? This ain't no game, no Atari. Land moving fast like a sucking dog.
From EXO Auto Works. Streaming all over the world.
We're coming for you, globalist!
It's your weekly dose of toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
With Eric Madrid. And Trevor Lane. It's Man Tools.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. As you can see, I'm by myself, and there's very good reason for that. Eric recently experienced a death in the family, and so he will not be here tonight. Yeah, he's just got to go through it, and I'm not really going to say a whole lot about it other than that. I'll let him explain things when he comes back, if he so chooses, or maybe he won't. But that's all y'all need to know. So he is dealing with everything that goes along with something like that happening. And, we give thoughts and prayers to everybody involved. And, that whole thing. It's always tough. So, but we both should be here next week. So, in the meantime, I will try to deliver a hell of a show on my own, which I think I can do. Yeah. Outside of that, it's been a pretty normal week. Tootsie Roll was on her spring break, and the week before that, Abby was on her spring break. So we've that's always weird when they go to different schools. It would be nice if their breaks all lined up, but one district does one thing and another district does another thing, and you can't expect them to all do the same thing at the same time. So that's all right. It's just weird, especially for Abby, because she comes down from Loveland, and at least with this particular break, I didn't take any time off of work. So Carolyn and I were at work at least for part of the week. I don't work the whole week, but and then her sister's in school, so she just kind of has to find stuff to do. Yeah, which I suppose would be what would be happening if she was an only child and both parents were working. So, anyways, we've got a lot of show for you, so we're going to get into it. We're going to start with the news. We've got a lot of things to cover. A really big pissing us off segment, or I guess in this case this week it's pissing me off. But yeah, a huge one there. That's going to be probably the bulk of our time. So Maybe it's good that Eric's not here for that one. But yeah, we'll hit it right now with the news. Well, as the news continues to show us, you need to be prepared. And a great way to help do that is to have some emergency food from Valley Food Stores. This stuff lasts for 25 years. You can get a like 3-month supply. That's what I have. Which basically, so that what that means is that would feed a person for 3 months. So I basically have a month's worth of food, assuming that my family is 3 people, which it normally is. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing. That if you get the 3-month supply, that's assuming 3 months for one person. But it's really good stuff. Definitely something you should have around. Just tuck it in the basement. As Eric pointed out last week, it also is good for if you want to take it camping, because it doesn't require refrigeration or anything. Basically, if you can boil water, you'll have food. So, with that said, let's get into our stories this week. We start with a defund the police thing out of Austin. This is pretty wild. I think we talked about how Austin in particular had radically reduced funding for their police, and it had some ramifications that were not good. And we get into politics. We generally try to avoid it, but I don't think it's any secret that Eric and I are both of a libertarian stripe, although I'm probably more right-leaning than he is. And so I have a lot of mixed feelings about the idea of the police. And DUIs, which this is going to get into too. But I think we would agree that once driving drunk has caused an accident and hurt somebody or destroyed property, that is a crime, and that perhaps the fact that you're intoxicated should at least be an aggravating circumstance to that. But what happens if it takes the police so long to get there that the drunk has sobered up? Well, this lady's going to tell you.
So tell me how we're here in Austin and I got in a car accident. Let me just show you.
Ooh.
No, actually, I got in a head-on collision. That's my truck. This is the drunk guy that hit me 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago. My children are in the fire truck over here. I'm still shaking. But this man has had now 2 hours to sit here and sober up because the city of Austin has not come.
Yeah.
EMS and the fire trucks, tow trucks, everybody's been here now waiting, but still we have no police department to come and give this man a breathalyzer. So now 2 hours, what is it, 1 drink per hour? Cool. Good thing the restaurant across the street got the whole thing on camera, but still. What is this?
Yep. That sucks. That really sucks. Like, if you're going to have police, they should probably be there fairly quickly for something like that. Just saying. I mean, the old adage is when seconds count, the police are minutes away. That's usually talking about having a gun. But in this case, apparently when minutes count, the police are hours away. That's what they've defunded them down to. Which is pretty fucking crazy. Good Lord. All right, next up, we've mentioned the Babylon Bee a few times. They're a Christian satire site. But what happens when satire becomes reality? Well, for nearly 100 Babylon Bee stories, that has become the case. Nearly 100 Babylon Bee punchlines have turned into fulfilled prophecies, according to their CEO, Seth Dillon. Babylon Bee has had nearly 100 joke headlines turn into prophecies after the stories eventually came true, the CEO of America's largest right-leaning satire website told Fox News. The problem isn't that our satire is too close to reality, Seth Dillon told Fox News. It's that reality is too close to satire. Yep. I would agree. Obviously, good satire gets real close to reality, and that's what makes it funny, because it has to be in the realm of possibility. But wow. Let's see. I think it has a list of a few of them that have been right. So we have a spreadsheet of nearly 100, blah, blah, blah. Oh, one example is the Bee published an article called "To Improve Public Perception, Kamala Harris is Taking Likability Lessons from Hillary Clinton." That was back in July of 2021. A month later, Axios reported that a former Clinton advisor hosted a dinner with prominent Democratic women, including Clinton's former spokeswoman, to discuss how to defend President Kamala Harris from bad press. So pretty close. I mean, maybe not taking lessons, but I guess Hillary Clinton team or members of her team were going to help with that, which is like, okay. And they did one about how Trump claimed to have done more for Christianity than Jesus himself. And then in 2021, President Trump said during an interview that no one has done more for Christianity or for evangelicals or for religion than I have. Yep. Wow, that's wild. Then in September of 2022, the Bee joked about the economy with the headline, 9 reasons not to worry about the tanking economy. Just 2 days later, the Washington Post published the headline, 7 ways a recession could be good for you financially. Come on. It's almost like with these newspapers that they're reading the Babylon Bee and just lifting the headlines. Like, oh, instead of 9, we'll say 7. Oh. So, we are literally in clown world. This next story is another example of clown world. From the Bee's sister site, the not satire site, Not the Bee. This is an affiliated actual news site. But AI is now being used to create photos of historical events that didn't happen, which is kind of scary, especially when you think of it from this perspective. As the person who tweeted this said it, remember in 1984 when the party falsified and renamed every historical record in order to make people forget the past? Well, now we can see how that could happen. And I know it kind of printed out weird, but yeah, the images don't show from the tweets. But here's an example. This is from the great 2019 Cascadia earthquake. Remember that in like Washington, Oregon area? Yeah, neither do I because it never happened. But this AI, apparently, if you type in, the right keywords, it will come up with images like these. Even some emergency responders and construction people there cleaning up the mess. Here's some kind of public official, it looks like, giving some kind of statement. This apparently was made by the AI Midjourney. We had last week those photos that made it look like they tried to arrest Trump and he escaped. So apparently Midjourney is the big, the really awesome, realistic looking AI for images that can just make stuff that never happened look like it did. That's kind of scary. Combine that with, the whole deep fake thing, and I don't know what's real. I don't believe anything now. That's just fucking wild. But as this points out, let me pop that back up. Imagine if a powerful political party, and I don't think they necessarily mean like party Democrat or Republican, but party like group of people, wanted to rewrite history to downplay its mistakes. Well, maybe they do, and make its enemies seem like demons in comparison. Imagine photos of the Great Cascadia earthquake in a few million school textbooks. Except it doesn't, that's not how they have to do it. It doesn't even have to be printed anymore. A lot of that stuff is digital. So, and if it's on devices that are connected, they could probably change it in real time, even if it's, downloaded on your tablet. Whew. That's wild. That's kind of scary. Yeah. Well, that does it for the news. Let's get into some cool stuff here. Cool stuff brought to you by some of the coolest stuff, KRATOM from Top Extracts. Check them out by going to kratom.mantoolsmedia.com, or you can use the, I always forget which way to point, the QR code over there. Or depending on what platform you're watching us on, you may have seen a chat pop up. So anyway you get there, just go to kratom.mantoolsmedia.com and find out how cool KRATOM is. All right. Our first cool thing, it's pretty cool. Have you ever wondered if an M80 is a valid way to get rid of a wasp nest? Well, let's find out. So he lit it, and he's got it on the end of a stick. And I think he's sticking it like in the hole that the wasps go in and out of, so no one can get in or go out. And boom.
I think that about did it.
It looks like it did to me. Yeah, that's gone. Let me, you know what? Let me zoom that in a little. See it a little better, maybe. Nope, that's not going to help. All right. Not work the way I hoped it would. Yeah, I can't zoom that in any better. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's that's fucking awesome. Another cool thing I found this week. Have you ever wondered how to survive a tsunami? Well, some people did, and they came up with this idea. It's a little pod. Check this out.
The tsunami survival pod is made out of welded steel and can hold up to 4 people.
So you saw them climb inside there.
5-point safety harnesses on each seat protect the occupants. The pod has enough oxygen for 2.5 hours and has crumple zones to help withstand impacts. And bottom and top mounted escape hatches to facilitate escape once the tsunami water subsides.
That's pretty cool. That's neat. I'm not sure if it's practical or not, but I mean, I don't know how long the water hangs out in a tsunami. If it's there for more than 2.5 hours, you're kind of fucked. But, you know, this is also pretty cool. This is the guy I want to deliver my packages. Next time I order from Amazon.
Amazon, hard at work.
Yeah, dude, takes work comes first to a new level. So for the benefit of the audio listeners, there's a police situation, I guess, and this lady's filming from across the street as an Amazon guy kind of walks through the scattered police cars, and he's like, I'm going to deliver my fucking package.
It's a standoff. He's going to deliver his package. I don't give a fuck. Go Amazon.
Yep. He's just walking on up.
Oh my God.
So there's some cops. He finally gets to, I guess, the house he's trying to go to, and there's
That's
some
the package, bro.
closer police.
What are you doing?
And he gives it to them. He's like, dude, whatever. That counts as delivery. He snapped his little picture. It's like, your package has been delivered.
Shit, look, he's taking a picture.
Fuck off.
It made it there.
That's great. I love that.
When you serious about your work. What?
That's awesome. And finally, this just brought a smile to me. It's great. I don't know what town this is. I don't know. I didn't watch the whole video, so I don't know if they explain it. But there's a town that built a swing that accommodates wheelchairs in the local park. Isn't that great? That's awesome. Just wheel up on that thing and your friends can push you. Or your dad or whatever. That's great. I love that. That's awesome. Well, we're going to pay some bills and then enjoy that good feeling while it lasts, because we're going to get into what's pissing me off this week. And there's some doozies. Well, it's all related to one thing. You'll see when we get there. We'll be back.
On my way over here, my brakes made an awful noise, and the last time I got them done, it was so expensive.
You should go to EXO Auto Works. They did a great job on mine, and it was way cheaper than anywhere else I've been.
That sounds great. I need to get their number from you.
At EXO Auto Works, we offer the best price on brake service in town. We include brand new brake pads, rotors, and hardware, which saves you money and gets you on the road faster. See our website for a full list of our services. Call EXO Auto Works today.
Frankie and Johnny Furniture is having a sale. Right now, you can buy 3 complete rooms of furniture for only $699 with only $250 down. Just $50 down on select items will put you in a great bedroom set or living room set today with no problem. All senior citizens get a 10% discount. Bad credit or no credit, no problem. Are you on welfare or Social Security? Are you newlyweds? No problem. Come see us.
I say, this is Frankie and Johnny's, the place that lets you have it with no problem.
I'd like to buy a bedroom set.
Do you have any credit?
No, I receive Social Security and welfare.
You have to see the special man.
Let her have it. With no problem.
I like to buy a living room set.
Do you have any credit?
No, I filed bankruptcy.
You have to see the special man.
Let her have it. With no problem.
I say, see Frankie and Johnny, he's the credit man in town. For only $50 down, he can put you in a living room set, a bedroom set.
Let's have a look at some sports. Sports is brought to you by Beards Until Skulls, a great American-made, veteran-owned, in fact, local right here in Colorado Springs, beard care company. I love the smell of their beard oils. I'm use some tonight, in fact. They're great. So check them out at beard.mantoolsmedia.com, or, again, use the little QR code or the link that popped up in the chat. We start with an unusual story. Let me zoom that out a little bit so we can see the headline. Larsa Pippen, that's Scotty Pippen, the NBA player's ex-wife, reveals some details about their sex life that has sent social media into a frenzy. Now, part of the reason why this came up is that Ms. Pippen is now dating Marcus Jordan, the son of Scotty Pippen's teammate, Michael Jordan. It's a little odd, right? Yeah, let me zoom that in so I can we can see that. Shoot. No. Come on. That's not what I wanted to do. All right, I guess zooming it in isn't going to work right either. Well, hopefully everyone who's watching can read that. And I'll do my best. Larsa, who is one of the original cast members of The Real Housewives of Miami, was part of a reunion special on Peacock where she opened up about her sex life with Scotty. Marcus Jordan and Larsa Pippen are seen in Los Angeles, blah, blah, blah. She said, I was married for 23 years to Scotty. I've always had sex like 4 times a night, she said. Holy shit. All right. Then the host quipped that Marcus Jordan had, quote, big shoes to fill. And her reply was, well, he has a size 15, so I think he's okay. Yeah, but if he's not doing 15 4 times a night, he might not measure up. Next up, I'm sorry. We do have a little bit more.
Excuse me, it's ma'am.
This comes out of Canada. There's video that I'm about to show where a bearded man named Avi Silverberg calmly approaches a bench at a powerlifting contest. And I don't know why they're saying unofficially. It appears to be a very official contest. He's protesting Canada apparently has a law. So it's not even up to the people putting on the contest or the federation that allows people to self-identify for whatever. So anyone that wants to call themselves a woman. Oh, by the way, the record he beat was set by a transgender woman. And this is kind of the point that he's making, is that person's actually a man and a mediocre powerlifter in the men's division who just switched to the women's division to do well. So let's check this out. This is great. Yeah, the Heroes Classic, I think that's a legit contest. I don't know why the record would be unofficial. But you can see down in the corner here, it's the bench event. He's already done 145 kilos and 157.5 kilos. He's attempting 167.5, which I don't know math on that right off, but 300 some odd pounds. So it's not even a huge bench. But down and up, no problem. There you go. Oh, and the former record holder is quite upset, saying he's mocking he's mocking the mockery that they've made of the sport already. He didn't even put on makeup or shave his beard. Oh, holy shit. We're living in fucking clown world, man. I don't know what to tell you. And I really hope this video is loaded up. Yes. All right. This is a new sport that I'm very excited about. We showed you the face slapping thing. Well, this is something similar, and from the same part of the world. This comes out of Romania. But, well, just let it speak for itself. Ooh. They're slapping on the back cheeks. This is apparently called booties. Dude, and I gotta say, some good-looking dumpers up there. Wow. I think the requirement is to have a great ass. I think that's even more important than the slapping. Look, just my fucking red cheeks. All right, well, that goes on for quite a bit longer. Won't belabor it, but I'm really excited to start covering that. It's going to make history. And speaking of history, let's get the week in his story.
The first and the flank, get it started. It's fired and it's fired.
Of course, throughout history, the one thing you can count on being worth something has been gold. And that has not changed at all. That rings true today. If you've had your money in stocks or even crypto, you've probably taken a bath. If you've had it in gold the last couple of years, you're doing pretty well. In fact, a couple of years ago, I rolled over a losing money 401k into this very company, Noble Gold Investments. And it has been going up, and I'm happy. Yeah, it's always worth something. It's the only thing that you can say that about. Throughout human history, it has been worth something. So learn more about gold and maybe get you some by going to gold.mantoolsmedia.com. You can get a free guide to opening a gold and silver-backed IRA, which is a great idea. And with that, let's get the week in his story. There we go. All right, this week in his story. March 30th, 1981, President Ronald Reagan is shot and wounded in Washington, D.C. by John Hinckley Jr., whose songs you can now find on YouTube. Yep. Let's see, March 31st, 1889, the Eiffel Tower in Paris officially opens on the left bank as part of the exhibition of 1889. And as you can see in that picture, I don't know if you can tell, but it looks all swampy. That's because that was taken, I believe, in the 20s when Paris was flooded. It's pretty wild. Let's see. April 1st, 1954, the U.S. Air Force Academy is founded right here in Colorado Springs. And of course, the iconic chapel is shown there in the picture. April 2nd, 1932, Charles Lindbergh pays over $50,000 in ransom for his kidnapped son. Unfortunately, the son was most likely already deceased. Very sad. See, April 3rd, 1882, the American outlaw Jesse James is shot in the back and killed by his cousin, Bob Ford. I thought that was kind of weird how they, I don't know, back in the day, they take pictures. Sometimes they do like family pictures with a dead person. It's a little strange. Let's see, April 4th, 1968, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. is assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. A lot of shootings. This part wasn't, it must have just been the subconsciousness of going through all the stuff with the Nashville shooting, but Jesus. All right. Well, that, of course, brings us to the end of the week in history, which also means it's the end of our show, unfortunately. Man, I know parting is such sweet sorrow, but we will be back next week. In the meantime, Locals members, you can check out our President's Day special, Abraham Lincoln, worst president ever, ? That is on Locals now with all of our members only content. We actually owed our Locals members another a video from March. Unfortunately, tonight was the last chance to do that, and with Eric not being here, we just couldn't do it. So we will try to do 2 of them in April. And I apologize, everyone, for that. We were just overcome by events this month. Thanks to our sponsors. You can find all of them at sponsors.mantoolsmedia.com. You can find us on the web at mantoolsmedia.com. And you can find all of our links by going to links.co/mantoolsmedia. And we will see y'all next week. Until then, good night, everybody. Of course, we'll be back. Same Man Tools channel, same Man Tools time. All right. Good night, everybody.